Congressman, thank you for taking the time today. I'm wondering if you could share a message with the voters in District 10 who said they'd like to see you back in Congress for another term.
I just want to thank them, the voters of District 10, to a 10th congressional term. Makes me feel a little bit older, Will. It seems like yesterday I was first elected. And I also want to thank the voters in Travis County. I actually won the Travis County portion of my district. And, the Austin American-Statesman went out on a limb and endorsed me in this race. And I really appreciated that because I'm trying to be a common sense, conservative that wants to get good things done for the American people.
One thing that might be top of mind for people is what the future of American support for Ukraine looks like. If you should indeed become the chair of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, what do you think that support will look like moving forward?
Well, it's very important. And first of all, I'll be the first chairman of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, first Texan to ever chair this committee in the history of Congress. And I'm very proud of that fact. And it's a committee that goes back to the Continental Congress because it's so important with respect to our foreign policy and our position in the world. I think we need to support Ukraine in its fight against the Russian Federation. The Russian Federation has demonstrated aggression in violation of international law. They've created war crimes that I want to bring out to the American people that are horrific. The Ukrainians are winning. Every time we give them what they need, they win. And my biggest, complaint, if you will, against the administration is we're still not giving them what they need when I talk to them. And so, look, it's going to be a new Congress. I will be in charge of the oversight and accountability when it comes to the weapons sales and when it comes to the financial assistance. So we are going to have that oversight that the American people, taxpayer deserves. But that should not be a sign of weakness that we don't support the Ukrainian people against the Russian Federation that has really, they're on the run, by the way. Their heels are knocked back and they're losing this fight. And now is the time to really support them, not to pull out and cut and run.
How do you bridge some of those divides within your own party about future support for Ukraine?
Well, it's going to be an educational process. And I think I say, we're not going to write a blank check. We are going to have oversight and accountability. We are going to ask our NATO allies to step up to the plate and, bear the cost and the burden of this effort. But if we don't do this now, we risk, just like in 1939 when Hitler invaded Poland, and when I'm in Poland, they talk about that quite a bit. We risk, then having to put American troops in the region. And that's the last thing we want to do. So I think it's an educational process. I think you'll find the three national security chairmen, one being Armed Services, one House Intelligence, and myself on Foreign Affairs Committee, will be leading this charge. And we're all very like-minded on this effort, this approach.
Finally, Congressman, I'm wondering who you plan to support for Speaker of the House. We just heard about Kevin McCarthy putting his name, not too surprisingly, into the ring for this particular position. Who are you going to back?
Well, I strongly support Kevin McCarthy. He's worked very hard, gone across the country, raised a ton of money. If he hadn't done that, I think these numbers that you're talking about would have been far weaker in the Republican ledger. So I think he's earned it. He's got strong support in the Congress, regardless of what some of the pundits say. And I think he will be the next Speaker of the House.